everybody, Sam here, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas. As you can see, looking very festive. Got Rudolph here, looking very happy. Right, so today I'm going to do an episode of What's the Film? And today's film is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I've got one word for this film. Meh. Just meh. I'm not a massive fan of The Hunger Games, and the third instalment didn't turn me into a crazed fangirl either. The first two films I quite enjoyed. I mean, I really liked the actual Hunger Games itself, but the melodrama, what was happening before and in the background of the actual films, like, it was just there. I didn't really take interest in them. But the actual Hunger Games itself, I really liked, and I really liked watching. But when I found out that Mockingjay Part 1 didn't have any Hunger Games in it at all, I was quite pessimistic about it. And by pessimism, or pessimisticism, whatever the word is, it paid off because the film started really, really slow. And for the first hour and a half, it was really quite boring, and I nearly fell asleep. I think I was quite tired though as well, but I did nearly fall asleep watching the first hour and a half. But then it changed. The last half an hour, it was really exciting, and there were a lot more action, and it was really fast paced. Right, on to the actors. Jennifer Lawrence, as ever, she's a really good actor. She's always going to kill the role of a Katniss, isn't she? So she was fine. Nothing really excited me about Katniss, but nothing really thought that Jennifer Lawrence did a bad job at being Katniss. Josh Hutcherson, he was a bit weird in this film. He looked like he'd been on heroin or something. That was his character, not him, of course.
Heroin is not a laughing matter, kids. Don't do it.
But I think Josh Hutcherson is still yet to find his form, that similar to what he showed in The Bridge to Terabithia, and that was such a great film, and he was really good in it. And for a change from the other two films, Liam Hemsworth, he was Chris Hemsworth's brother, which is a bit of a daunting task, seeing as though Chris Hemsworth is Thor. So Thor's brother, he was actually in this film, compared to the first two films when he's in it for about 5 minutes, and you think, is he actually even important? But it was quite important in this film, and the roles swapped, really, whereas Josh Hutcherson, Peter, is present most of the time in the other two films. He wasn't really present until like the last portion of the film, and Liam Hemsworth was. So yeah, that's a change from the first two films. Overall, the last bit of the film, although it was very exciting and very interesting to watch, it did not make up for the boring an hour and a half of backstory about District 13, what you don't really care about. And I've not read the book, so I don't know how closely they followed the books, but if the books are anything like that, then I wouldn't really fancy reading them. But I mean, you could argue that it is setting up for the final bit, which I agree to some extent, but you had the Harry Potter, The Deathly Hallows Part 1, which, although Part 2 was fantastic, I really liked the Part 1, because there's actually some stuff going on in it, whereas this has just been purely made to set up the next one. So, my final rating for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, I gave it a 6 out of 10, and like I said, it's really boring for the first hour and a half, but I'll give it just that bit more because it was well acted and well directed. It was just, I can't really blame them for the boring storyline. So if you're stuck for a film to watch with your friend, you know what I mean. You have 90 minutes to spend time with your friend, and then after the 90 minutes of having fun with your friend, you get to watch 30 minutes of fast-paced, non-stop, interesting, exciting action. So that's how I would have liked to watch Hunger Games, but I'm all alone. As well, I'd just like to add that Philip Seymour Hoffman was obviously in this film, and he died earlier in the year. And I don't know how they're going to do it for the part 2, but it was quite sad seeing him in the film, because I've always thought he was a good actor. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to work it for the second film. Not really bothered, to be honest. So, thanks for watching, and see you next time for some great /Sam content. See you later.